Welcome to ESO News here. This is a really fun time here and looking at what's coming into us in the next chapter here of Elder Scrolls. You guys can kind of see if you weren't aware of the happenings going on here in Elder Scrolls, as you might have saw the ESO global reveal here earlier on in the month. As right now, ESO Live is going to be coming up here for you guys over in January 29th at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Bears are going to be out, and all the players are going to be firing up, talking to the Bear. The Bear's like, I just wanted to say hi. It's kind of funny, huh? I think so. So, kind of off on a period. Earlier today, I woke up and doing the regular stuff. I'm waking up, the normal stuff, waking up, just wasn't there. So are we spitting out fire? Do we have our bows ready? Where will we be in Tamriel on the 29th? Well, that's a good question. Here in the news, well, you get to look at Bears and you get to look at all sorts of different players on what's going on. And like, Bear, calm down. We're not in Blackwood anymore. Well, you might be in Blackwood and you might be looking like, I brought the Bear over from Blackwood, and the Bear wants some fire spray. And the Bear's opening up its mouth. Oh yeah. You're like, oh yeah. So where's the gathering here on the 29th? You're like, I am the bear holder. Like, come on, Bear. Come on, Bear. I know you thought you were the Arcanist, but Bear, you got your mouth opened. And we can brush your tooth. Well, we can, Bear. Yeah, we'll put some teeth in there for you, Bear. Instead of you being a vampire, Bear. Give toothbrush, the bow toothbrush. Scratch the tooth. Scratch the tooth. Yep, we got some fire spray going, and yeah, that's a little discolored, but there's some color coming in. And thinking about Scribes of Fate, like some burst teeth. Yeah, got it good. So the discussion going here for ESO. What is going on in ESO? We want to find out the information, and I want to bring out some apps for you guys that you guys might be interested in for ESO. That you'll be able to save some information, that will be able to correlate the information in your character gameplay. It's important for the letterings and the numberings to correlate with your account. Sometimes that's not, like, the information is not entirely perfect, but we want to be perfect. And so in order for us to strive towards getting towards perfection, well, one of these things is joining in on January 29th at 11 a.m. Whatever time it is for you in your local area. You can check out the ESO Live event going on here on January 29th. It's going to be a sweet time. So I'm going to get in here right now to checking the account in the Update 41 game. It's always sweet, and you might be thinking, no, I don't want to go into ElderScrollsOnline.com. Oh, but you do want to log into your account in YouTube or Switch. You're like, YouTube and Switch is not in Elder Scrolls Online. Oh, but YouTube and Switch is in Elder Scrolls Online. And I will explain how they are connected, because you have to log into your account. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to log into my account here again, and I'm going to show the importance and the relation of getting logged into your account. This is helping out the different multiple apps in Elder Scrolls. I have to explain this on a milder form of how we're connected. This is a great thing for you guys to get involved in getting an app. You might be thinking, I don't want to get a bunch of different apps because I can't. But you can get 2 apps that will actually help you out. So that's an important thing, like getting the Twitch app, or getting yourself a YouTube app where you can chat online. It's an important thing here for us to be able to be logged in, both to ElderScrollsOnline.com and Besta. This is an important thing for you guys to understand. And so what I'm going to do here, since we have the ElderScrollsOnline.com site logged in, what we're going to do here is, well, I'm going to do this, and hopefully you guys can understand by me logging into ElderScrollsOnline.com routinely every day. This is going to show you guys relation to another site you might be watching. This involves watching broadcasts and us getting connected to the people that we love and we hold dear, to either family members or friends or loved ones. It's an important thing for you guys to understand, to be logged into your own account. It's very easy once the system starts getting smoothed out. Super sweet stuff. So I'm going to click on the Besta link here. We're going to see if we're logged in to Besta. So we're not logged in again. So going to have to do this again. Does this show the Besta site? Yes, it does. Okay, so I'm going to log in to Besta here again. This is kind of a daily thing. It's just a daily chore that has to be done, to where you guys have to understand when you're getting involved with your account individually, whether it be in specifically Elder Scrolls or in another site that will help you see this types of information. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to search here for Elder Scrolls Online. Build us another connection. This kind of has to be done. It shouldn't have to be done, but it has to be done because it's not. Now, this is the question. If I click on what's called the game site here for ElderScrollsOnline.com, are we technically connected? Are we going to be able to see this by just clicking on the button? Or am I going to have to switch over the tab, and then the connections have to be brought in by places like here, by the news, mods, or help? It is hoped that this will just switch over on the same screen. So I'm going to click on the button. Bam! And I think it's in. I think ElderScrollsOnline.com is in. Now okay, so ElderScrollsOnline.com is in. However, is ElderScrollsOnline.com still logged in? This is the most important thing to see. And we are logged in. We are good. We're all good. We're all good. We have Elder Scrolls completely logged in. Do you see what I'm saying? What this is how important this is that we are connected. I have to do this every day, It's kind of a tedious little chore to showing that we are connected. This connects to multiple other people, and looking at it, this is like really this is amazing. Looking in here that we are connected both to ElderScrollsOnline.com and Vesta.net. How long those connections like stay in, that's a no. For some odd reason in here in the accounting side here of ElderScrollsOnline.com, for some odd reason the system logs out after like a short period of time. It's been very, very odd. Not for sure what was going on, but we do have a connection now, and I'm relieved that we are connected. And that's the most important thing for you guys to understand, that we have a connection, and you can build that connection off of what I have just shown now. This is the most important thing for you guys, because you're going to be able to play over in your Xbox or your PlayStation or over in your Steam console. This is an amazing thing. All these things, that it just doesn't happen overnight or over the daytime. This takes a lot of work by multiple people, and bringing in the different connections throughout the entire internet. This takes a lot of work, and showing that we have a connection, we can continue to do the things that we love. The things I love are dealing with Elder Scrolls and getting a connection in and showing a connection for a person that I love. It's going to be able to bring her in, and to where she can actually show a miniature connection with me. And so with that, it doesn't matter if a person is my friend, family, or loved one. We have a connection with ElderScrollsOnline.com, which we can communicate throughout the entire world. That's how important what I'm talking about. It wouldn't matter if it was me.com, if it was YouTube, or if it was Nintendo Switch. This is the most important thing for you guys to understand, that we are connected. And so I'm going to go in here further on explaining how over in the beta testing here for Sky Oblivion, that how important this is to show that we have a connection. Now over in the Sky Oblivion beta playtest, Xbox is being used as the linking process for the playtest. Now, where is the connection for PlayStation? We have Steam connected, we have PlayStation connected, we have Xbox connected, we have Twitch connected. The point of possibly here in the future connecting up over on the Sky Oblivion main page for PlayStation, possibly, if the company cannot get ESO running over on Steam, like currently how the system is running. Steam in ESO is not currently launching. And the important thing of what I'm talking about, to where we want to be able to launch ESO. In the site here, this is the most important thing for us over in Elder Scrolls, is to where we can link over, and we can actually play the game, whether it's an Xbox, PlayStation, or Steam. If the company was specifically just Twitch, well, we would have a Twitch console. A Twitch is merely a conduit for broadcasting the games. And what I'm talking about, the relation of Twitch and Xbox. Xbox is the inner console, whereas Twitch is the outside console. You see what I'm saying? The conduit to where you guys can see the game. Right in here is a mere stepping stone inside for the game. It's a truly a blessing and amazing thing to see. This is a great thing going in further into the next chapter of Elder Scrolls. And Gold Road is that. And so we're looking into the next chapter of Elder Scrolls Gold Road coming up here in June. This is going to be a great thing for us. Looking at all the sorts of different events. When you go into elderscrollsonline.com, there's tons of information on the main page. And what's happening on the 29th is the Scions of Athelia is going to go on, and you guys are going to definitely grow from getting an ESO Plus membership card. Look into the Crown store with the nice kitties that are doing that. You can click on the Learn More button for going into looking into the next chapter of Gold Road. I think of the 10 years as like a Gold Road, like come celebrate with us. And so on January 29th, looking in, I saw it last night over on the Steam site to where the ESO is going to be live on the 29th. So that's an important thing for us to be looking into, getting ready for, and preparing, and being something to be excited about. It's some sweet stuff. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take a quick break. Hopefully you guys are getting prepared to where we can look at the two different aspects of two different apps in ESO. I'm going to explain a little bit of the difference between a free app and a paid app. So I'm going to be right back. Hopefully you stay tuned here and you're having a good drive today. blank screen. The sights and sounds are not just there yet, but we're getting there. So this is just coming in. We got the game going. Update for the thing. So what I'm going to look at is I'm going to look into the system, getting us prepared for the difference between a paid and a non-paid app in this thing. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to look into what's going on inside of the system. I'm going to look in here really quick for on the app side here to look to see if there is any problems going on inside of the system, and there kind of is. Let's see here. That's good. So I'm going to go over into the first app that I'm going to describe here, and the ESO app is what's going to be discussed right now. The ESO app is a paid app to where you guys can get more information into your connected to your account. This is an important thing for you guys to understand how we're connected in ESO. And what you have to do is you have to get apps that are both paid and non-paid. You got to pay for an app in some form, and the free apps are not free. And so I have to explain that the apps, whatever app you're using, you're gonna have to pay in some form. And by getting these apps, these apps help us to provide information that will go over into other branches of Elder Scrolls. This is a super sweet thing. So I've got the ESO app up right now, and I'm going to put it on the screen here for you guys. So I'm going to switch over. I'm going to take off the ElderScrollsOnline.com screen, and I'm going to switch over to the ESO app. Let's see here. So we've got the ESO app up and running. This is a pictorial here of Cyrodiil. And this is an important thing for us to understand, to having information on the different places in Tamriel. This is just a small little map of Cyrodiil and a larger scale for Tamriel. Just one of the maps in Tamriel. So I'm going to look in here. This right here is not showing the different locations in Cyrodiil. So this is just a blank map part of the mapping system in Cyrodiil here that's gearing us towards the third DLC of Imperial City. This is a great thing. As you guys, when you do get this app, make sure you pay for the app, and that's going to pay that forward to where in the next app that I'm going to present. So right over here, this is a great thing to be seen. It shows all sorts of different information on the different places that whatever alliance you might This is going to be a lot of information to take in. So don't worry about it. This is one of the alliances that's in the game for ESO, such as Daggerfall Covenant, Aldebaran Dominion, and Evanhart Pact. This is a great thing to see, the different alliances. And when you get involved with a specific alliance, you want to stay in that alliance. Because look at what here in the ESO app. We have in Daggerfall Covenant, Stros Mackay, Bednik, Glenumbra, Stormhaven, Rivenspire, Alakar Desert, and Bankarag. That's just the territory things for Daggerfall Covenant. This is a really good thing to getting involved with, where you will see the mapping system in what's being looked at on what DLC or what current place is being discussed by everybody in Elder Scrolls, such as right here over in Cyrodiil. There's not much information here showing, but however, we have to be able to have the app to input the information for our game, for your player that you're playing in the game in ESO. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to click on one of the buttons here to input some information, because some of the information wasn't in there before, but I'm going to go in and see what we have for the information. As we have regional achievements, character achievements, and there's a whole plethora of other information. Right here on here, if you do have an ESO app, you'll start learning a little bit more about your character. My character is Redlia, and what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to click on the character edit button. As you can see, well, you might not be able to see in some places, but it shows here the name is Redlia. The alliance is Daggerfall Covenant. The class is not been saved, as it's shown as Dragon Knight, but Redlia is a sorcerer in the game. So I'm gonna click on the sorcerer. Her race is not a high elf. Her race is a Breton. So I'm gonna write in Breton, and the platform we have here, which can kind of get confusing here. So this is an important step for you guys to understand which platform you're using, whether it is a PC, Mac, an Xbox, or a PlayStation. Right in here, there's 3 different places you can put either PC, Mac, PS4, or an Xbox. So whichever system you're using. If you're using PlayStation, you're going to want to click on the PS4. If you're an Xbox, you're going to want to click on the Xbox One. Or if you're in Steam, most likely you'll want to click on the PC Mac. So right in here of how the game is being played for me is I'm playing with Xbox. So the type of system inside of Xbox in which I use is technically the PC side, but it's the Xbox side. See what I'm saying? Book is on the PC Mac side. However, we want to make sure we're playing with which company we're playing with. See what I'm saying? If you're on the PlayStation Network, you're going to want to write in your platform as you're a PS4 player. Whereas if you're an Xbox player, you're going to want to click on the Xbox One. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to choose the platform as the Xbox One, because in Xbox on the PC side, it's the why I'm writing in Xbox One is because Xbox One does program over on the PC Mac side. However, the platform is on the cloud side of Xbox, and that's why I'm writing the platform as Xbox One. So what I'm going to do here is also on your Mega server, this is a lot of information, and sometimes this can be confusing. So what I want to explain here, whatever mega server you're on, whether it's on PlayStation, on Steam, on Xbox, if you are in North America, you're going to want to click on the NA mega server. And now if you're over in Europe, or if you're close to Europe, you're going to want to write EU. Those over in Australia, most of them write in the NA mega server. Now, if you're over in specifically in Europe, you're going to want to write in the EU server as the mega server. And so that makes it a lot easier to understand in the direct area that you're in. If you're over in Africa, you're going to want to write in the EU server. As you can see it here, that it's written in as the EU mega server. Like if I was living over in Africa, but since I'm over in the United States, what I'm writing here is the NA server, because that's the North American server. It makes it a lot easier, and when you're inside of the system, you don't want to switch over to the NA or to the NA server if you're in Europe. If you're over in the United States, you want to make sure you're in the NA mega server, whether you're in Xbox, PlayStation, or Steam. So if you are using any of these consoles, you're going to want to make sure you're in the NA mega server. So what I'm going to do here is we have all the information here for Redlia. For the Alliance is the Daggerfall Covenant. The class is a Sorcerer. The race is a Breton. The platform is Xbox One. The mega server is an NA server. That's what's going to happen here is I'm clicking on the save button. So was that information saved? See what I'm saying? This is going to be going over into ElderScrollsOnline.com. Might not go right away. However, the information will be transferred. And that's an important thing for you guys to understand that are involved in Tumblr. Tumblr just switched over from Tumblr Live over into Meet Me. And so the important thing for us to understand how long these things take to transfer. Sometimes they take a couple of days, sometimes they take just a couple of minutes. It depends on where you are in the location. It's an awesome thing to see in Meet Me where you can pinpoint your location where you are, because that's going to set you up in your local area where you can meet a local person that will help you, that you can become aligned with. That's an important thing with getting involved with Meet Me. Right here in ESO, you're going to want to make sure you have your information properly inputted into the system here in the ESO app, as I have properly inputted the information in here for Redlia. Now I'm going to click on the save button again, and what I'm going to do is I am going to take off the app, and then I'm going to click on the app again. So to see if we have the information. This is an important thing to understand, that we have saved information in the apps that we use. You should really only be, you should really only have to use 2 apps to input information, and by logging in to 2 sites should be enough for you. Like over in ElderScrollsOnline.com, it's pretty apparent that you're going to want to log into Twitch, for example. YouTube does have a connection with Elder Scrolls, but not a direct connection. And so what I'm talking about with the direct connection, you guys want to make sure that you log into Twitch every day to make sure you're connected with your Elder Scrolls account. Going in here with the outside, we're furthering on into the system. This is a really good thing. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to click on the ESO app again to see that the information has been properly saved. So what I'm going to do here, clicking on the button, this is a really good thing. Getting further into the app, it's loading up. This is a really good thing. All right, so we got the ESO app running again. This is a good thing. This is a mild form of the map of Cyrodiil in the game that's being presented here for the third DLC, where we can get information into the different locations in the game. Like I was relating over in the Meet Me app, we can pinpoint the locations just as much as we can pinpoint the imaginary locations in ESO. So what you want to do is you want to pinpoint your location that you are directly in the local area, whether it's in the NA or the EU server. Right in here in the ESO app, it looks like a little check mark box in your player character profile. When I click on here and seeing here on the character profile inside of the system, as I'm seeing it here, and you might be seeing it also, the name is correct. The alliance is Daggerfall Covenant. The class has not been saved. The race has not been saved. The platform has not been saved. The mega server has been saved. So what I'm going to do in here for the class is I'm going to type it in Sorcerer again. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to wait here for about a minute, and then I'm just going to click on the save button. We're going to let this sit, and then we're going to see if the information actually gets saved. This is the important thing for us to understand, that the system is working when we input the information. When the company inputs a design, such as a rotating scroll, like in the scrolls that you might have seen in previous gameplays that I've played, this is the exact same thing going into the system to making sure that the Elder Scroll is actually staying in place while it's rotating. It's purely amazing when you see how the Elder Scroll is just merely rotating by itself. It's rotating by the Holy Spirit. It's absolutely amazing. So right here, I'm going to click on the save button, and hopefully this information gets saved. I'm going to sit here. I'm going to talk for a while. Hopefully the what is it? The sorcerer that Redlia is in the game. Hopefully that information has been saved. And so going further on, if we just have that information instead of her being a dragon knight, she's a sorcerer. And so by us having that information saved that she's a sorcerer, that's going to produce the correct information over on the other side. And so waiting a little bit, what we can do is we can record all of the information that is properly inputted here later on by just probably more than likely like a 3 to 5 minute window to where we can have the information properly inputted. So I'm just inputting her as a sorcerer right now to where we can get the mega server properly inputted along with the other information. This is how important this is, to where just when you go over into Meet Me, when you pinpoint your location, say you're in Boston, Massachusetts. If it says that you're over in Chelmsford, Massachusetts, and you're just and it pinpoints that you're in Boston, well, that's not correct information. You want to make sure that you get your information properly inputted to where you can see the correct location that you're in. This is how important that information is for us to get the information inputted in the character profiles and the territories that we're going into. In Daggerfall Covenant, it's an important thing for us to input the information. If we go in as Daggerfall Covenant and then we get the territories of the Aldemary Dominion. Well, that's not the correct information. We're not part of the Aldemary Dominion. Now, if I was in the Aldemary Dominion, most likely the system would be showing either in the Ebonheart Pact information or the Daggerfall Covenant information. That's how important this is to see that this information has been saved. So I'm hoping that this is actually going to produce the correct information when I go off of the app and then when I go back into the app. Us seeing the proper information tells us that the system has been saved. It's just like going into a location like Lipsam Tarn and then seeing the location of Lipsam Tarn rather than just Ceraton. In the previous gameplays, the information hasn't been saved. It's like you have to go further into. It's like we're over here. This is where Imperial City is, and say you're over at like Lipsam Tarn is right about here. I think is where this is. It's kind of by there. Oh, I'm going to go further over here in Lipsam Tarn. Over in Lipsam Tarn, the location is savable. However, going from the nearby area to Lipsam Tarn, Amber Woodlands is the pinpointed forested location in this area of Lipsam Tarn. And in order for us to get the proper information for Amber Woodland, we're going to have to get Lipsam Tarn furnished a little bit more and the information properly input. And that's why I'm showing the importance of us getting more information into Lipsam Tarn to where we can get all of the areas, whether it's over here in the Aldemary Dominion territory or whether it's in the Ebonheart Pact territory. I don't know much information about the Aldemary Dominion territory or Ebonheart Pact territory. I do know more of the information about Daggerfall Covenant territories because I'm a Daggerfall Covenant member. And so with that, you guys understanding that, we're all going to be able to come together to where we can get inside of Imperial City and back to wherever, whichever covenant we're in, whether we're in Ebonheart or whether we're in the Aldemary. So it's an important thing to see this information getting inputted, because when you guys, if you're in the Aldemary Dominion alliance, then you will be able to input your information and you will be able to show, like a person like myself, that you're getting that information inputted. It's an important thing, awesome thing to see. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to close the window here of the ESO app, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into the ESO app here very shortly. We want to see that the information has actually been saved inside of the system. I'm hoping that the character profile of Redlia can be inputted properly, like it should be. We want to get all of the information in properly, because if we have the information as a default, well, that's not working for the system. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go into the ESO app again, and hopefully the information has been saved. Okay. Let me get this on the screen so you guys can see this, to see that Redlia has been inputted as a sorcerer inside of the ESO app. Okay, so we have the ESO app going again. This is a good thing. I'm going to click on the button here again of where the profile can be edited in the ESO app. and it's just not saving. So that's not good. And you see, Redley, the profile, the Daggerfall Covenant has been saved, but the class has not been saved, and the race has not been saved. The platform, that's not a big deal. However, the class and the race is an important thing because it shows what your in your alliance of what your character profile actually is. Getting the class in and the race, that's an important thing. In the Daggerfall Covenant, most Daggerfall Covenant members are Brayton characters in the races in Tamriel. So it's an important thing for you guys to understand that this information is not properly being inputted in which it should be properly inputted. So as far as getting this information properly inputted, this is a mystery on how this is going to actually get saved. So I'm going to I'm in her class as a sorcerer again, and I'm gonna put the race of her as a Breton. Okay, so this PC Mac, and I'm gonna put it as Xbox. So if on the platform, if we have it on the Xbox, is this going to specifically just transform this into the Chromebook as an Xbox? That's possible. But what is a Chromebook? Is a Chromebook a Mac or a PC? What are you playing? And so with the PC, when Microsoft comes in, how do we input this information? We want to make sure that we have the proper information, and if the information is showing from PlayStation as it's a PlayStation rather than an Xbox. In the cloud, how PlayStation works is you have to download on your PC or your Mac. Sometimes if you don't have enough memory, the information is not going to be saved. And so in here, it's like we have to kind of burst a bubble, like a cell bubble. We don't want to destroy the cell, but we want to burst the cell. It's almost like we want to mirror the cells inside of the ESO app. Getting this information saved is a very important thing to where we are showing proper information. I'm going in here as whether this is Xbox One or if this is just PC, this is going to be the important step. Okay, so it's showing it's Xbox One, but it has not been saved yet. So what I'm thinking here is I'm just going to keep this as on the PC Mac side, and I'm going to click the save button. Okay, we have all sorts of resources to where we can use the tools such as the Alchemy Laboratory, the Alchemy Recipes. There's tons of information about the different sets for your game. So I click on the I'm just going to go and click on Glenumbra. This information there, that's good. So we have again, has the information been saved? Because the information, the app is technically live, but is the app still, has the app information been saved when the window is closed? We want the information saved, so we're going to click on the checkmark box again. And look in here, this information was not saved. The alliance is showing as Daggerfall Covenant, the class is not showing as Sorcerer, and the race is not showing as Breton. So what has to happen? Well, this is kind of weird. Man, this information is just not saving. That's kind of disturbing. This is a question if this will actually save this. This is going to be really weird if this actually saved by me pressing the cancel button. You see what I'm saying? Okay, so it's at the basic default part of the app, but it's not saving the information like the site should. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to click the information again. I'm going to save, and then I'm going to close the box. Now this information we might have to sit and see that the information is just there for a while. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to click on the close button, and then I'm going to open up the app again. Not for sure why the information's not saving. I'm just going to click out of the app. What I'm going to do here is I'm not for sure what's going on that end of why the information is not being saved. Not for sure why, but that will come in time as we start to understand the of how the app actually works, of how we can save our game information. It's kind of like when you're working a job, a regular job, and then you don't get your regular paycheck that you get. You're kind of wondering, and you're asking the upper management of why you haven't received your regular pay that you regularly receive. If the upper management doesn't understand that, they're like, yeah, there's something wrong with the system of why it's not actually producing information from the company. And so when you look at that, some of you are like, I'm not going to stay with it. I'm not going to stay with them. However, you'll stay with the people that you're meant to be with. That's the important thing, and it takes some time to get things properly running. And so with that, what I'm going to do is here I'm going to take a short break. Hopefully you guys are having a good drive and you're learning a lot about the ESO app as we're going to go further into the next topic. I'll be right back. Just got back in here over at elderscrollsonline.com, checking out two different ESO apps that are being looked at right now over in the ESO app and ESO Helper. This is a really good stuff to start looking into, and we need a protocol to happen. So we need some tickets to be submitted to where the apps start working. I'm going to go in here into ESO Helper and look at the information. ESO Helper is a free app. However, it's not a free app, and what I have to explain for those of you guys, it's kind of like a bundle when you get the ESO app and the ESO Helper. You want to make sure that the system is working. This is what I'm working on, and it's got to work for us. When you guys look over into Reddit, there's a lot of users in there. There's not a whole lot of users in the ESO app and ESO Helper. And so it's an important thing for you guys to understand that there's not a whole lot of us that are working in these apps. And so it's an important thing for you guys to understand, for us all to come together to where we can get these apps more properly. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go into ESO Helper, as there's a lot of apps that I'm looking at right now. So let's see here. There's ESO Helper. And go into ESO Helper and see if we can get some information inputted into ESO Helper. And click over into the ESO Helper app. So just forming. There we go. So this is a really good thing, seeing ESO Helper in the game here, as we're going to check out the character side here first. And it's showing here that ESO Helper isn't responding. So I'm going to click on the wait button. Okay, so have Redley in there. Click the edit button. You might be able to see this, you might not be able to see this. She is here in ESO Helper as a Breton and sorcerer. This is a really good thing. So I'm going to click the save button here for Redlia. That's a good thing. On the mapping system, and we do have the Cyrodiil map in here. This is a good thing. However, the app is going a little bit slow, so as you can see right here, the on the mouse pointer, I'm pointing over here where this is Imperial City. This is a couple of different places. What I've been talking about with Lipsan Tarn, you can see Lipsan Tarn and the Mage Stone. Lipsan Tarn, I'm going to click on here as discovered. Now, how does that save? And so I'm going to go back to the characters button. That is correct. I'm going to go back over to the maps. See if Lipsam Tarn has been saved. And Lipsam Tarn has been saved. This is a great thing here in ESO Helper. This is a very promising thing. And I'm going to try to show it here on one of the channels. This is in green. Let's see here if this is showing. This is a great thing. Lipsam Tarn is showing in the screen right here as I'm circling Lipsam Tarn. Now right over here, this is the Mage Stone, and right over here, the Mage Stone has been discovered. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go out of the mapping system, and I'm going to go back in to the mapping system to see that we have the information saved for Lipsam Tarn in the green green column. And then I'm going to take a short break and keep this on the screen while the map is on the screen. All right. Just going to wait for the Okay, so this is really good. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take a short break. I'm going to go off of the screen, and this is some promising stuff. So hopefully you guys are learning a lot and understanding some more about a little bit more about the two apps that are being discussed in ESO. Welcome to ESO News. If you just tuned in, looking into the two different apps and ESO Helper. Most likely in here, this is what I'll do here for you guys, just to kind of show what's going on in the system. Most likely, I'll just stay with these two icons that right in here because it's hard to explain how information is not getting saved, and so I'm gonna probably more than likely have to go in and just do this boring thing showing how Lipsand Torn has been saved in the system, to whereas we have information to where we can save the Mage Stone. However, in the system going further on, I don't know if the information, once it's saved, if that's going to do any good by showing much more out of the mapping system in here. So I'm just gonna keep it like this, like how it is. I'm gonna go around the mapping system, see what we have, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot more information that's going to develop here through the app here for ESO. This is a really good thing. Seeing that we don't have a whole lot of information right in about here is where Cloud Ruler Temple is. Clicking on the button here, there's not an icon for Cloud Ruler Temple because Cloud Ruler Temple has not been properly inputted. Not for sure how that's going to get set in by us being able to save the location for Cloud Ruler Temple. However, we've got the little parts here where we're going to be able to land in the future for Cloud Ruler Temple. However, what we have to do is we have to look at the different places, like inside of the of which locations are being looked at. Like right here over by what's called, this is Fort Dragonclaw. Whereas we've got some stuff on Bruma. Right here, where is Bruma? Bruma Armory. Bruma Dolmen. I don't remember what Bruma Dolmen is. Bruma Armory. And we have the serpent stone that is nearby Bruma. So if you're going to Bruma today, it would be a good thing to try to discover the serpent stone. That's an important thing for you guys to be able to save inside of your game, to where you have the information saved inside of the game. Right now, what I'm doing here is I'm just saving information for here near the Mage Stone and Lipsand Tarn. This is the important thing for us to understand, that we're getting information saved by the green and the white. This is going to be an important step here in the future, and you guys will start understanding this here in the future, how these things are getting saved and why I'm just staying right here in Lipsand Tarn and near the Mage Stone. This is a really good thing, as you see in the system where it was going in, it was trying to say that it was discovered, but was not clicked on. So that's going to be an important thing for us to understand, to where we have information saved. Okay, so this is a really good thing. Going over here, so we have Lipsand Tarn. I'm gonna zoom out in the map, going all the way here. Here is the kind of the full map here of Cyrodiil, as we're in the third DLC here for Sky Oblivion. This is some good stuff to actually prove that the system is working, and by just having this little point right here of Lipsand Tarn is a really, really fun step, learning about Elder Scrolls and the different locations that are inside the DLC. I think you guys are learning a lot of this. A lot on this. I'm looking in here on. There's not a whole lot that is seen here. You can see the green. This is pretty sweet. So as you can see, the green here is for Lipsand Tarn. For those of you that can't see that Lipsand Tarn has been discovered, you can hear by my voice in the green here of where I'm circling. This is where Lipsand Tarn is. This right here over where the pinpointed locator is where North High Rock Gate is. And right down here is about the point where South High Rock Gate town is. So just this is a really good thing to be seeing what the green actually is. So with that, I'm going to go off of the screen. I'm going to take a quick break here, and this is some good groundbreaking work here for Elder Scrolls. I'm glad that some of the information, at least in one of the apps, is getting saved. That's an important thing for us to develop the system better. This is looking really good. Hopefully you're enjoying your drive today. All right. I've gone back here, and this is the assumption of how we're going to be able to save the information in the app. Or what we're going to do here is what I want you guys to do. If you're in ESO helper map, I want you to just click on this on the mapping screen and hit the I call the back button. This essentially will save the information in the site in ESO helper and in the future other ESO apps as well. This is going to be absolutely beautiful. I'm absolutely amazed that the mapping system is actually functioning. This is a really good forward step in Elder Scrolls. If you guys are enjoying your drive, I'm going to take a quick break, and I will be back here along for the drive with you guys with the ending music. Hope you guys are going to enjoy the rest of your night.